Hello and welcome to Maximum Trading Profits and Minimum Time. I'm Vince Stanzione. In the next 2.5 hours or so, I'm going to go through exactly the way that I trade, how I make money from markets going up as well as down, and give you some hints and tips that I've picked up from my 25 years of experience. As I say, I've been trading now for 25 years. The last 13, 14 years I've been trading my own account. Previously I've worked for banks both in the US and the UK. Now, if you know anything about me, I'm the sort of person, I'm very down to earth. I started out very, very small and became a multimillionaire literally from nothing. And I still take that sort of ethos. I still take that sort of explain it simply. You know, I won't use 20 words when I can use 2. You know, there's a lot of people that like to make things more complicated than they are, especially in this business. So we'll take it nice and easy. We'll go simple. I'll tell you exactly how I work it through. Take it a bite at a time. A lot of people, they moan and say, oh, there's no opportunities in the market. Everything's rigged. You know, the big guys make all the money and the little guys don't make any money. That's nonsense. They're people that will find excuses. You know, they're the sort of people, if they were around 30 years ago, they'll say, oh, if I was around in the 50s or 60s, there was loads of opportunities. You know, they've always got an excuse. I can tell you there's plenty of opportunities, I say, to make money from things going up as well as down. You know, if you remember 2008, and for those that don't know, that was the year where people like Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns had gone broke. They were a glorious time for me and the people following my system, because we make money from things going down. And also, as you'll see as we go through the presentation, we don't just trade stocks. You know, we trade commodities and currencies, and they don't necessarily move together with the stock market. You know, stock market can be going down, but gold can be doing really well. So, abundance of opportunities. What we do and what we don't do. You know, the media like to make out that I'm some sort of a crazed professor trader. And the reason why they want to do that, it makes good television. You know, if you saw my average trading day, which is about 30 minutes a day, it's not very exciting. I come in, I check some prices, I make my trades, and that's it. So you don't have to be stuck to a screen 14 hours a day. You know, the image that people have is that I've got banks of screens. Well, that's not the case. It might look very good, it might look exciting, but that's not the way we make money. And the other thing is, the big thing with me and what I like about this business, it's the freedom, it's the lifestyle. You know, I don't want to be stuck to a screen 14 hours a day. You know, I want to be able to place my trades in the morning or in the evening, and that's it, and leave it and forget about it. And that ultimately is more profitable. As we go through the program, you'll see that. So what's new? Well, this is interesting. This is the Daily Mail from the 1929. Great crash in Wall Street's history. Okay, this is more recent. Global shares tumble in US fears. What's changed? The way we get our news has changed. Yeah, most of you now get it off television or the internet or your mobile phone, but the stories are the same. Yeah, you see what I mean? Nothing has changed. So what do losing traders do? And you'll say, well, Vince, why are you telling me what losing traders do? I've come here, I've paid you basically to teach me how to win. Well, we can learn a lot from losing traders. You know, I'll tell you a little story. Let me just grab a little bit of water. Some years ago, I used to be a broker, as some of you know, and I had a client, and I'll tell you a little bit about this client. He was a Greek chap, he was a plumber, and he made a lot of money in the plumbing industry. But this guy was so good at being wrong. He was excellent. He was a contraindicator. If he phoned me up and said, oh, you know, I think this stock is going to go up, I can assure you it was go down, and vice versa. Anyway, unfortunately, he eventually ran out of money, which was terrible. You know, I thought, well, what do? Do I give this guy some money to keep him going? Obviously, I didn't. You know, he died off. But my point of the story is, some people are so good at being bad, you can learn from them. So we can actually learn from losing traders as well. So it's not a case of you having to think about it. If someone's so good at losing money, you just need to do the opposite. And that's, you know, you might have heard of contra indicators or crowd psychology or crowd sentiment. Many of the times, you know, we can use this to our advantage. But let's just get back onto here and let's have a look at what some of the losing traders do. So, over trading, they take too big position for an account size, you know. You've got to remember, I started off very small and built up. People see my trades and see my accounts. You know, I didn't start out like that yesterday. Yeah, I'm into this. So start small and build up. Many people take profits too soon. They get bored. They listen to the TV, chat room experts. You know, I'll tell you something about chat rooms. Nobody who makes money goes to a chat room. It's all full of losers, because people that make money have got better things to do than basically post on chat rooms. or the only people that go to chat rooms are people trying to sell you a product. Taking losses too soon. This might sound a little bit like, well, you told me that we need to take losses quickly. Yes, we do, but it's this death by 1,000 cuts syndrome where a lot of people keep taking taking losses very, very quickly, but they don't. You've got to give a chance, basically. What I'm trying to say, you can't let a trade just cut it straight away. You've got to allow a little bit of breathing space. I'm not saying you run it for months or whatever going against you, but you've got to give it some breathing space. Not admitting you're wrong, sunk costs. This is what I said about governments, because they've already sunk so much money into a project or into a share, nobody wants to admit they're wrong. And what do? Well, they just keep holding their losers. This was a classic when I was a broker. I'd see it all the time. The clients would sell their winning trades and keep all their losing trades. So their portfolio was full of losing trades because they hoped that they would come back. Yet the few good winning trades, if they'd only done totally the opposite, they would have been fine. So they cut the winning trades and they keep all these losing trades. Think about it as a garden. What do? You pull up all your weeds and your plants that are not doing very well, and you keep your good plants. Well, think about what these guys are doing. They're digging up all the good trees and the good plants, and they're keeping all the rubbish. So their garden is basically full of rubbish, and that's what their portfolio looked like. Trading to escape. Now, some of you may or not admit this, but you may be in a job, you might be a dentist, a lawyer, or a business that you don't particularly like, maybe boring. A lot of people come to trading because they want to do something interesting. And although this can be interesting and it can be exciting, it's important that we don't make this into, how can I say, sort of entertainment. If you want entertainment, go and jump out of an aeroplane and go bungee jumping, do something like that. But don't make trading that sort of escape. Victim mentality, I get people, I only have a small account, I can't be like you. They're looking to blame everybody. It's the economy, it's the government. Well, listen, we know at the end of the day, people that succeed in this business and any other business, it's those that make it happen. Never happy. This is another thing I get. Some people, should have, if I'd only bought more shares, I would have made more money, and I could have or would have if I only got out. Listen, nobody makes a perfect trade. Yeah, I don't get in at the bottom, I don't get out at the top. I make my money out the middle, and I'm more than happy with that. Poor discipline, no real plan, purpose, self-destruct. Get a lot of customers, they go away, they make really good money. They forget, how hard it would have been to make that money in a traditional business, and they just go and do crazy things, and of course, they just self-destruct. So to summarize, great opportunities to profit from up, down, and even sideways market. Majority of public still think you only profit from markets moving up, and that's what the media thinks. You just buy shares and hold them. Well, that's not true. There's other ways. Markets, as I say, they're one big crowd. They swing between fear and greed. Nothing has changed in 100 years. 80% of results come from 20% of trades. We can be wrong most of the time and still make money. We don't get paid by the hour, and as I say, over-trading and over-analysing has a negative effect, yeah? Remember what I said? You can spend 14 hours a day looking at the chart, watching the prices go up and down, very exciting if that's what turns you on. I can come in 30 minutes, do what I have to do, and I'm done. Yeah, just watching the screen all day. I've been there, I've done that.